Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over my Crescent crew and how I have it set up for kayak fishing. We'll start at the front, go through all the components that I use, kind of the rigging, how I set up for tournaments and stuff like that, and then we will go over the likes and dislikes. Yeah, let's get to it. Alright, like I said, we're going to go over from bow to stern, all my components. So we're gonna start with the motor. I rock an XI3. So with the XI3, I went with a short shaft. It's connected to a one objective mount along with that XI3 connector piece right here. So it is very sturdy. I've definitely run into stumps and had zero issues with my hull or the mount. One Objective did a great job with that. I have a lanyard with a carabiner clipped here that runs down by my seat. That's so that I can lift my motor head up when I'm ready. A lot of people will put a piece of hardware right here. There's a couple different ones out there to help pull this down. I still use my paddle. I don't really have an issue with it. If I am having an issue, it's no big deal to get up and just hit it real quick. Keep moving down. I use the Amped Outdoors connector, all 8-gauge wire. I like them a lot. There's no like plug-in. As you know, the Crescent kayaks are not through holes, so everything has to run on my deck. So this connector clips right underneath. I tuck it in and it's right on the other side. I use, again, the same connector, all 8-gauge marine wire. It runs down the entirety of my hull all the way back into my black pack. The next thing we'll cover is just accessories, right? So I have this Yak Attack mount right here. I put my net in it. I put rods in there when I've landed a fish. These are super useful. If you keep them towards the back, your rod handles clip in. The Yak Attack handle fits really well in there. Of course, got my Yak Attack net. That's pretty much where that stays out of the way up here in the front. I keep my catch board underneath the canvas piece. Just keeps it tucked away and out of the way. I put a little lanyard on there. That way I could easily reach it. Coming down, I got a Yak Attack quick connect right here. My camera mounts go to this. My phone mount goes to this. These are money because you don't have to take off the whole mount every time you want to do something. So I enjoy those. Here is my paddle, track mount paddle holder. I broke the lanyard, user error. I wasn't paying attention and it was still connected, and my paddle went underwater and it snapped it right off. But even just clipped in, it holds it really well. No issues. All right, on this end, I have the Yak Attack cup holder. I keep my scissors in there. You know, whatever spare baits I've cut off, just depending on what's going on. I run a Raymarine Element 9. It's got a Yak Attack mount. And then on this switchblade mount for my transducer, it's all inclusive. I just took off the little piece that screws on and added a quick disconnect, so everything comes off real simple. You can adjust it however you want. I run all my wires right here under my seat. I use the Nako battery. They work really well for me. I get like 6 hours out of one battery on that unit. And then it just all connects right here. So let's talk about this seat. This is probably the only negative thing I have to say about the whole kayak. Is it's like half bad, half not. This seat is so sturdy, it's not funny. I have had zero issues with the construction of the seat. I've hit it with my car, it just bounced off, no bends, no breaks. Even the material of the seat is super duper strong. What I will say is, only negative thing I have to say is that it is uncomfortable over time. What I will say is they are meant to be in the river, to get on and off your boat, and maybe not be sitting in a tournament setting. So definitely worked as designed. The construction is super awesome. I just had to add a pad for myself. What that did do though is it allowed me not to have to get seat risers to bring me up. You know, it brings me up a little over an inch there once I compress it down, and that 1 inch makes a big difference when fishing. Under my seat, I keep a Plano tackle box there. I like these because they sail and they float. However, if you don't clip them all the way, they sink. I learned that lesson pretty quick. Keep all my terminal tackle and a few odds and ends right there under my seat. Behind my seat, I keep my Plano tackle boxes. They fit real snug in there. If I don't put them back, they do run the risk of falling out, but I've learned my lesson once too many times, so I'm pretty good about putting them back. Keep some fish grips on the back of the seat. Inside my black box, I keep my Plano bait bag in there with a few odds and ends, and then I have my Amped Outdoors 80 amp battery with my 60 amp circuit breaker with a reset. Again, I run 8-gauge wire. This has been awesome. The Amped Outdoors extra connector connects directly to the battery, and I am able to charge through my black pack right there. I just run the adapter from underneath the carport and I'm good to go. Again, I use these Yakusak quick mounts. I just like how easy they are when I want to strip it down and change things up or I'm going to do different. All right, so going over all the components, you know, I will say when I first hopped on, I was a little sketched out because it's a V-hull. That V-hull definitely gives it a little bit more motion than what I was used to. However, when it comes to secondary stability, when I tried to flip it fully loaded, I had to put a lot of effort in. I managed to do it, but when I say it was extreme, I mean really, really extreme. Getting it back over, no problem. I'm able to walk up and down my deck, fish from the standing position. I don't need a strap or anything to sit down. It's pretty awesome. I will say the overall hull material, I'm really rough on kayaks. I drag it, drop it, throw it on my car. I mean, it goes through some stuff, and all the cosmetic scratches I have on there, no water intrusion. The thing is fast. When I'm paddling, I'm able to maintain like a 3.5 in a headwind, a little less. With my motor on there, I get it up to 4, sometimes 5 depending on where I'm at in the wind. I will say the bow mount makes it really nice to get out there for long tournament days and be super comfortable. A lot of videos I post and things like that, you see me kicked out, feet crossed, you know, drinking water, enjoying my day. Comfortability of ride is definitely like a 10 out of 10. It is big. It does become less than fun fully loaded to move around, but it's a huge kayak where comfortability and deck space is like times 100. Getting it around can be a pain in the butt because I'm out of a SUV or a mini SUV, a little Subaru, and car topping all the time can get fun, but I use a C-Tug and I'm able to get it around just fine, no issues. So the cons, I would say it is a big boat. When it comes to tournaments, it is definitely more comfortable to launch from a boat launch. The seat, even though it is well constructed, if you're using it for fishing, it is definitely, you have to upgrade a little bit. You can use the kayak cushions. I went to Walmart and got a mossy oak pad. That works great for me. Sitting in just a straight seat for hours can get you, but luckily enough, you're able to stand and fish pretty easily. I took it down to Kissimmee at the beginning of the year, and I was in like 2-foot rollers on a freaking lake, and it was pretty bad. I was soaked. I took water on. It was a pain in the butt, and that boat handled so well, it wasn't even funny. Cutting through the waves, even though it made a big splash, it still did what it was supposed to do. Easily the best kayak I've ever owned. I started off in Old Town Topwater 120 to a few other things here and there, and this one is by far, even though there's no pedal drive, that's not what it's designed for. The other big added bonus is just when I want to load the tandem seat in and scoot myself back, I could take the kids out. We go and fish the creeks, go play in the water, and it's just super easy. You don't have to unclip. It's literally 4 straps undone, shift the seats, and you're in. There's plenty of room for everything you would need to bring, and the weight capacity, I've definitely skirted the line of putting too much weight on there, and I wouldn't even be able to tell that there was any issues between, you know, cooler, all my fishing gear, my kids, all his fun stuff he's got, still able to maintain good speeds and maneuver just like I would with minimal weight on there. So overall, I'd say great kayak. You know, other than it being huge and the seat comfortability, it is very difficult to find negative things to say about it. So we'll do some on the water stuff on another video. And if you are on Instagram or anything like that, check me out. I'll post that stuff down below and you can see me rolling in it. If you have any questions, just comment down below and I'll answer them the best I can. Thanks for watching.